Welcome to something.com.
Welcome to
VALENTINE'S.com. Wait, what?
Welcome to VALENTINE'S.com. Yay! We figured that out.
I feel like we're like speaking.
It's very
to
loud.
I know. We're gonna do that every single time.
I know.
I'm gonna get closer to the thing.
It's okay.
Last time I was a bit far off. But happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. It's also, technically, we're filming this on the day before Valentine's Day, and it is my Saturn return today.
Oh man, what does that mean again?
I'm not, from what I understand, is that the universe is gonna give me a sign of like the work I really need to be doing over the next 3 years to like really achieve what my like life's purpose / like work is supposed to be, or something like that.
Oh wow.
So hopefully it's this podcast.
Oh man, that's like a lot of pressure. But I think we can do it. I mean, today is going to be pretty exciting. We have a lot of activities that revolve around food,
and head massages.
Yeah, this is now an ASMR channel.
Yeah, can you hear this?
Can you like tap it with your
with your nails?
With your nails.
Play it like an instrument.
ASMR is huge. That's actually a really kind of Valentine's Day related. Is sort of the like surrogate partner as ASMR. I've realized there's a lot of like boyfriend girlfriend role playing things, or if you're a little bit more spicy, there's a really good what is it called? Like basically you have like a servant or a knight that accompanies you on an adventure.
A knight?
Yeah, so there's this one.
Is it a doll? Is
the knight a doll?
Wait, is this a role playing like game? Like
it's
how
a
is
puppet?
Yeah, wait, is this a physical object or a video game?
No, it's like no. It's like YouTube ASMR role play is like someone basically dresses up as this character and like role plays it with you, but they're also kind of like whispering. And so there's this one where it is this guy who's like kind of like an elven knight. This isn't telling me too much about what I listen to before going to bed. But like it's like an elven knight and it's like episodic, and he just is like you're around a campfire and there's like a campfire crackling and he's like whispering things to you, and then you get kidnapped, and then
You get kidnapped? Is it like a choose your own adventure thing a little bit?
No, that would be that'd be a great idea.
Let's write it down.
But it has like multiple episodes. But
interesting.
But I was on TikTok and there was this guy who was like talking about doing like the girlfriend ASMR role plays, and there was someone in the comments who was like, "Does she fart?" And like apparently this guy had never dated someone. He was like horrified that a woman would fart next to him in bed. And I was like, TikTok's really educating all of us.
Oh, wow.
I was also really taken aback. Like, I was like, oh, are people really out there? I mean, he was really, really young. But I thought, you would just assume
that the roleplay person farts?
No, that just like if you have a girlfriend, she's gonna fart in front of you eventually.
Mm-hmm. Girls don't have rectums. They don't poop. They don't fart.
Yeah, when you fall in love with a woman, her sphincter just like sews together.
Jesus, it's like in the Matrix where like Neo's mouth becomes.
Oh, gross! What? How does? Wow, the world building that's like possible behind this is like seems very complicated and like horrifying. Like her like whole like I don't know, internal organs just work differently. She just like exhales like sparkles. Klaus, get out of here.
Rebekka's cat is at the front of this table right now. It's very cute.
Come up here.
She wants to make my water fall on the ground.
I'll post a photo here. She was like immediately on the table posing.
It was really cute. Yeah, you should put like the whole photo set here, like her little
okay.
Just throughout the video.
Yeah.
All the video pictures are so cute.
It's just a slow slideshow. But yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you. Look at your Valentine's outfit.
I don't know why I was really aggressive like with that pose, but I was really
excited. Cool shirt. I want to know like where's it from? Tell me about it. I don't know if anyone can see, but like these sheer arms have like a print of like rabbits and mushrooms. It's so cool.
Yeah, so fun story. Well, I figured this podcast is a good opportunity to wear all the outfits I haven't been able to wear because we're just inside.
Yeah.
But this is a sort of like pagan Wicker Man midsummer themed corset top in pink from I think Lazy Oaf.
Oh, interesting. I
Yeah,
like their
yeah.
stuff. They have cool stuff.
Yeah, I feel like their stuff's always... I haven't liked a lot of their collections lately. I mean, I love Lazy Oaf, but I haven't bought a lot from them. But, like, they had this really weird...
Yeah, I
just
love it.
Yeah, it's really cool. It has these, like, dancing naked, like, women holding sons. It's just perfect.
It's great for this. I wanted to ask you.
No, wait, can we talk about your outfit?
Well, I wanted to ask
No.
you, can you guess what I'm
Oh my
dressed
God.
as? This is I'm not just wearing all red.
Oh, it's
I'm
like
just-
a costume?
Mm-hmm. Can you guess?
Oh, no, I actually don't. I thought, so my immediate reaction was like 90s NASCAR
Sick.
himbo.
I love that. Well, it's not like a person. It's like it's a conceptual outfit.
Oh, okay.
Can you guess what the costume is?
Is it love?
No.
Is it
Get 2 more guesses.
like a douchey 90s pop manager?
Getting closer.
Fuck. I feel like I'm hot on the tail. God, I don't know. You said it's conceptual, like it's like an idea. Oh, are you? Oh, I don't know. A manipulative pop entity.
Even closer. I'm dressed as a red flag.
Oh my god. A literal wow.
I'm a red flag.
That's amazing. This was something we talked about a lot. Was like, would we come as like a famous couple?
Mm-hmm.
There were a few really good options. One of them was Grimes and Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
But then it became really I feel like every time we'd say something, we're like, we don't know how to dress. And then we both were like, maybe we both want to be Elon Musk. 'Cause he just seems to be dating himself at this point.
He does love himself more than anybody else.
He really likes himself. Did you hear that this is like kind of off the beaten path, little off Valentine's Day, but like that he's just like basically like, oh, I'm not going to get vaccinated.
No.
Yeah, like
Why?
he was interviewed and he was like, well, I'm not gonna get vaccinated, and like spatted some stuff, and then he said something like that he didn't want to support like the workers there for like they could stay home if they wanted, but like there wasn't really a plan, like, and this interviewer kept pushing him and he got like mad. He got really mad during the interview.
Wait, he didn't want to support what workers?
Just his own workers for his company, because it's like, well, he's not gonna get vaccinated, he's not gonna worry about sort of COVID, but like the workers working at Tesla, there's like no plan if like they don't feel comfortable coming into work.
Oh, so
Or
he
something
has
like that.
so the Tesla compound has no COVID safety precautions?
I don't know. It seems like it's one of those things where like his personal approach to it isn't quite breaching.
Is he like low-key anti-vax?
I think so. This is like, because he's like, just, I'm only thinking that because recently also Joe Rogan also was like being very weirdly softly sort of anti-COVID vaccine, and they like hang out, and so I could see that if you just have enough money. Anyway, this isn't about love at all, but just speaking of that,
I mean,
it was
some
very
people love
strange.
money, and those guys have a lot of it.
They probably have more money than God. They have more money than God. But yeah, I like love this outfit. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but this jacket is like an iridescent.
It's like a shiny denim.
I definitely had a pair of black pants as a child that was like made of this material. This needs to like come back. Is this vintage?
I don't remember.
Is this?
It just appeared in my closet one day. I'm trying to think. I guess I got it. It must be. I must have gotten this like vintage somewhere, like at a.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some vintage spot.
It's so good. It's so good.
I feel very cool.
Yeah, you should just wear this every day.
Yeah, I will. Once it's like not 2 degrees outside.
I know. Once all our like, I don't know, impetus to get dressed up and go out is back. It's hard with masks. And it's winter. And like, also there's, where do you go in the middle of winter? Like to the
Nowhere.
park. It's so cold. Even the ducks are miserable. There's like a small patch where like in Prospect Park, we're in Brooklyn, and there's like the smallest patch of water open, the rest is frozen. It's just where all these like ducks hang out. and it's just like an ocean of waterfowl.
Aw. And they're not happy about it?
They don't seem happy.
Do ducks not go south for the winter?
Oh, you know what? I think they're geese. I think they're
Geese. I
I'm
don't
sorry,
know.
excuse
I
me.
don't know that much about birds, honestly. I should know more.
Maybe they're just dumb.
Yeah, they forgot. They were like, we're not traveling. There's a pandemic.
Yeah, same though. Well, that's responsible of them. I really appreciate them doing the hard work.
Me too.
Yeah, but so happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. I brought Valentine's surprises.
I know, me too. I realized, cat's playing. I realized that we've kind of approached this like sort of like a first grade pizza party where we were using it as an excuse to just try weird foods. It's a sensory overload, just sugar.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Sugar.
what, Valentine's Day? Like, we can be each other's Valentines
Yeah.
this year, and we
Will you
give
be
each
my
other
Valentine?
candy. Yeah, of course.
Heck yeah!
Yeah!
Happy Valentine's. And you know what? You guys are also our Valentines. Trying to save that.
Everyone's our
Valentine. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. You told me about the cursed food, and I'm like,
Okay.
kind of ready. Do we want to eat? Can we do my cursed food first, and then have it with your cursed food?
Yes. Okay. So we each brought like a cursed food item for us to try, and then I decided to kind of like I just brought a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Some of it is not cursed; it's just fun.
It's just non.
And I don't know anything about what Rebekka brought, so.
Well, God, now it sounds like you have a more impressive baggie of things. But,
no.
Also mine is like kind of, don't look. Oh, actually. Oh, wait, close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Because I need to get this out of the bag before. So keep your eyes and put your hands out.
Oh boy.
Um,
When I close my eyes, I can like see the ring light. Oh my god.
Happy Valentine's Day, my Valentine.
Can I open my eyes?
Yeah. You can open your eyes.
Oh,
It's
a little llama.
a Valentine's Day llama.
That's so cute. His little gummy kitty.
Yeah, he was the only cute one at the store.
Just a little
Yeah,
heart.
he's like definitely, and he has a tiny sort of like little like blanket on him.
I know.
It's like
It's
really.
so, it's
good.
like a lot of like beautiful detail.
Yeah, it was like the cream of the crop of sort of the Rite Aid stuffed animal aisle, I have to say. Okay, so for my cursed item,
Yeah.
so last week, if you guys didn't tune in, we had an entire sort of side thing of sort of Four Loko extravaganza. Now, don't get too excited. Finding Four Loko is very difficult, and I'm very lazy. But then I found a recipe, and there's like, okay, I need like just.
Can I close my eyes again?
No, it's fine. I have to like talk for a sec. So I was looking up sort of like how do we make Four Lokos, but also luckily I got hired for an illustration gig that required me to get on Drink Talk, like TikTok, but like specifically people making weird drinks. And so there's like this heinous drink that people were making out of like 7-Eleven stuff.
Like bartender TikTok?
Yeah, well, that's part of it, but it's also like underage people. So there's like, what weird candies can you throw together to basically create a cursed Four Loko-esque drink that's just pure fucking sugar. So I went on this journey.
Oh boy.
And unfortunately, it's just been like harder to get stuff than you'd think. And also like the 7-Elevens in my area are just like shut down. Which like everywhere I went, like because of COVID, like these businesses have shut down.
Interesting.
And so it was like this weird thing, but I did find it. So the first part of like sort of the specific cursed drink, which I think is just called the TikTok drink.
The TikTok
I don't
drink.
fully understand, but it's like, so you get your thing of ice.
Oh, you decorated it.
Yeah,
with
so we
hearts.
have little
Look
ice
at that.
guys. Also, yeah, it's just a little bit harder to get these things since I don't have a car and we live in Brooklyn, so everything is just harder to get. And so this is also, because we were talking about Four Lokos, we'll also be putting in sugar-free Red Bull. We'll be mixing these lives.
Yeah.
And then for pizzazz,
Oh boy.
we have sour candies.
Ooh.
Which I've got.
Ooh.
These are my favorite. The Sour Bright Octopus.
I'm gonna have those in a minute. The sour sketty's really good.
But this tastes really good. Like these are okay, but look cuter. But this tastes bomb.
Yeah.
So we put some of those in.
It's like
They
very
kind of,
ASMR again.
Yeah, they kind of like dissolve and it becomes really good. Also, they're cute.
Yay.
And then what else do we put in it? Oh yeah, and then we have Gatorade.
Oh boy.
We have Gatorade. And then for us, because it's, you know, for the Four Loko aspect, if we want, I have this like Korean grapefruit thing.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Just for a little spritz, but that's you know, up to you. And then the thing that I went all over Brooklyn for, which like so much harder than you'd ever fucking found, and I swear to God, I found like the last
Oh my God, I'm so
one
excited.
to exist in all of Brooklyn.
What is it?
Is the baby bottle pop. And this is the last baby bottle pop in all of Brooklyn. It literally didn't even have a box. It came out. It was just like loose on the floor of the Rite Aid. And it was like me and this guy, and we both locked eyes. And I think everyone was going for these babies. And so it's like,
Wow, it's unicorn glitter berry. It has like a unicorn face.
Yeah.
This is very pretty.
it has this like candy nipple at the top.
Yeah, the illustration is like a unicorn, but like the unicorn's horn is like a bottle top.
Yeah. So normally you would dump an entire baby bottle pop in, but we have to split it. But we have enough liquids to like make
This
it last.
is so
Straws.
hard. I can't wait. Oh boy.
Straws courtesy of my roommate, which I
Nice
just stole
long
him
straw.
from. And then these are just goodies. These don't go in the drink. I also got us these little truffles. It's a pink truffle. I don't know if you can see it, but I just wanted to eat it, so I just got it.
These are just look fancy. Strawberry and creams, white chocolate truffles.
And then I also got, for me, because I got myself a Valentine, because I'm that person, is this Warheads.
Whoa.
But we could also put, I was hoping there'd be other sour powder in this, so we could
Let me
potentially put it in.
see. Super. I love warheads.
Yeah.
What is this? Wait, what?
You can open it up, absolutely. So I think
Should I show you? Should we do all this first, or should I show you everything I brought?
let's make the drinks now and then just talk while we make it, and then we can drink it, because I don't want the ice to melt.
Okay, this says like to and from. Like you can gift this to someone, but like the hearts are so small. Your name would have to be like 2 letters.
I know. I definitely was like, I don't know. I just love sour stuff.
Okay, so walk me through this process.
Okay. So I think for aesthetics, so open your top. I think we probably first want to kind of put some gummy worms throughout the layers of ice.
Okay.
Right. So I definitely want some of these little like
Octopi.
octopi.
Can I just eat one of these?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I love sour candy.
I like that these. How many legs does this have? Is this? Oh, it's anatomically correct. So I definitely want to put some of these guys in here. This was more for like an oceanic effect.
Sure. These can be eels.
I've also been. I had this really wonderful experience on TikTok where I was like, guys, I'm getting really into what is it?
How many of these am I supposed to
I don't know,
put
just
in?
however you want. I thought, look at this mess! Just shove it in there.
They melted
They
together.
look like monkeys. But I was like, oh, I'm getting really into like, you know, like films or media with sort of cosmic horror elements, like Cthulhu stuff. And then someone just came through with me, and so I was like, these made me think of, you know, creatures from the deep blue. So I kind of want to put some of these guys in here, and then I'm going to shake it so that hopefully they get pinched in the ice. This is not working, but yeah. But I'm also, I'm going to put some sour spaghetti. Wow, that's smart. You really... Wow.
That sort of worked. This is
What?
probably like very loud. This microphone. Also, if anyone sees me looking here, I'm looking at the levels of our sound right now. This is a real DIY operation.
Also, our video is going to go in and out because we need to pop up and do the camera.
Yeah.
But we're getting better.
We also didn't say our name at the beginning of the podcast, but that's fine. I think anyone watching this knows who we are.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm Rebekka Dunlap.
And I'm Chandler Moses, and I'm shoving a gummy octopus into
Yeah,
a pile
get
of
it in there.
ice.
Get it in there. God, now I just want to like stop talking and eat.
Yeah, I'm like suddenly extremely hungry.
And I think we should do. I didn't eat
This
it all.
is as much as I think I'm gonna
Yeah,
get.
it's fine. I mean, I couldn't get mine down either. We should have. It's okay. So I think we then have to put the baby bottle pop in, so then the liquids can kind of seep into the thing. Also, I have not had one of these in ages. Do you mind if I lick it? Do you want to lick it?
We can each lick
Can we-
half of it.
Wow, it's beautiful.
Wow, it's really pretty.
It's really pretty.
It's like a white powder filled with like little confetti colored powders. Stunning.
Is this like bad if we both can we both lick the nipple? I just want to like
You can lick half of it and I'll lick the other half.
oh yeah okay. Okay. So you just talk about something while I
Or
lick
you can
this
just have
nipple.
it. You can just have it.
No! This is about friendship and love. You don't fucking lick my nipple. I'm gonna be so mad. Look how beautiful it is, though. Candy is really a sensory.
I know.
Okay. Okay, I'm only licking half. And then you're supposed
Are
to
you gonna dip
Can
it?
I dip it?
Wait, I thought we were gonna pour it in
But I
here.
want to just try some. I'm not
Can
gonna
we
take
do that
all of-
after we pour the powder? Some
But
of
then
the
there
powder
won't be
in?
enough to dip in there. You don't want cooties?
Can you here? Just pour some in here.
I'm learning so much about you. Fine. Fucking fine. Oh, okay.
Normally I wouldn't care, but for some reason I just like once you introduce like liquid to this stuff, it's gonna get messy. I feel like.
That's okay. It's very logical what you're asking. Oh, I didn't even stick. I think I licked this side.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Is
okay.
it good?
Yeah, it's not. I wonder if it's not as like sour. Oh, it is. It is.
Okay. So what we pour?
So pour like half of it into your jug. Leave me some. Leave me some. But normally you just dump the whole thing in. Here, I'm gonna put this like
The only baby bottle pop
This
in Brooklyn.
It's the only baby bottle pop in Brooklyn. Honestly, it's so. I'm assuming it's really huge. Also, it's like a kind of a weird. It is a sort of a gas station thing. It's like those vials of sour syrup you would get. You ever get those?
Who's getting vials of sour syrup? No.
You
I don't even know if I put.
obviously-
I think you put. I think. I don't know if I put in half. I think I put too little. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
put some more because I'm a giving person.
Thank you.
Generous. This looks like pieces of plastic. It does look beautiful when on the ice cubes.
Yes. I want to like take a picture.
No, there's definitely like a really specific kind of like gas station candy that it's like, you know, you would just get like there'd be like vials of goo that's just sour.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now.
And then the baby bottle pop is kind of in that same thing.
Yeah, I'm like, who invented this?
It's just like, what is it, ascorbic acid?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm gonna give you some more. I just feel like I have like too much over here.
Okay.
Okay, so then you
What
so
next?
next it's up to you. I think energy drink next. So pop open this bad boy.
I feel like half of it. I don't think.
Yeah, I probably can't fit it all, so
Yeah.
maybe just like half of it. You know, a little ASMR.
Okay.
There we go. Fucking do it right.
This smells fun.
And then and then
Gatorade?
Gatorade. I'm sorry. Do you want to do the honors?
I'm opening the
Are you
Gatorade.
opening the Gatorade? And do you want the Four Loko side quest with the little?
I'll taste it like this first, and
Okay,
then.
yeah, that's valid. Wow, look how beautiful it is. Put it up to the camera.
Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Alright. Oh, look at that.
See?
Everything I've ever wanted. Wow, that's heinous. It's
There
so
is
good.
definitely an
ocean.
oceanic effect.
There
maybe
is.
Maybe like a PSA for like trash in the ocean.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Save the whales, you guys. Save the whales.
rainbow sugar things.
Wait, let me put this. I haven't tasted this. These are all like. This is a very high school flavor.
Blue's classic. All right, so now I just stir it around.
It's pretty bomb. Yeah, give it a little space. Give them a little zhuzh. Wait, where'd mine go? Were there any? What was like weird foods you would eat, sort of?
As a kid,
Yeah, there's like weird foods.
what's a weird food I would eat? That's a good question. I don't think I ate anything that weird. One of my brothers used to eat pads of butter, and that really grossed me out.
Wow, that's like that's a lot.
If he listens to this, he'll probably be mad at me for
Well,
sharing
it's your
that, but
fault
I
for
didn't-
fucking eating butter. Like that's like
I didn't name which brother. I had many of them, so it's anonymous.
Actually, it tastes really good.
It's really
It
good.
tastes really good. I might put a little bit of zhuzh in it. I'm also gonna check on our camera. Tell us the story while I check the camera.
Okay. Since we're on the theme of Valentine's, and you mentioned how we're kind of doing this like first grade pizza party vibe. When I was in like in grade school. It might have been every grade or might have just been second grade. Like on Valentine's Day, what we do is the teacher had these like pre-printed out like Valentine note templates, and you randomly picked one of your fellow classmates' names and you wrote them a Valentine. It was very like sweet and like platonic and cute, and like getting all like the kids to like be nice to each other. I really enjoyed it. And I remember that I forget all the designs except the one that was like two bears on either side of like a heart, like if this was a bear here,
yeah.
and that was the coolest one. And like you really wanted to make sure you got first because like there's only like 5 of each printed out, you know. So
Yeah.
it was like when I didn't get the bear, I was mad.
Damn. It's so funny how like mine's like turned into a green gush. I also hope the camera.
Wow,
picked
this
it up.
is delicious. Yeah, let's do 4 Loco side quests. You're in it.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, do the for like. I only put a little bit. I don't want to be like.
Yeah, I can't.
Also, I don't want to overpower. I really like the sour combo. I'd hope we caught all of our drink making. Or the camera had stopped, but
Oh boy.
anyway, that's okay. Having a ball. Anyway, so this is like the cursed TikTok monster from the ocean drink. Thank you, Drink Tock.
Drink Talk!
Drink Tock.
I really gotta get better at TikTok. I have to start using it. It's just very intimidating to me.
Yeah.
There you go.
I really like TikTok. Speaking of things, we should talk about
Oh,
things
wow.
we love.
This is so good. Guys, you gotta make this. It's so
It's
good.
So good. Just gotta get online, buy all those baby bottle pops. I think it really is the baby bottle pop.
They should
does
sell this
it?
at aquariums.
It's so good. You guys, it's crazy how good. Because it's like sour. Like, I think it's like sweet, but it's so sour. Like a big gummy worm.
Yeah. And Gatorade's not like an overpowering like sweetness, so.
Yeah, it goes really well together. And you know, it's basically healthy. The Red Bull has like no sugar.
Yeah. Super
You know,
healthy.
So fucking healthy. And
this
like
color equals health.
electrolytes. Sports, guys. It's all about sports.
I feel like
I'm so excited.
to transition from your food to my food is like somehow like obscenely vile because of the kind of food that it is.
That's okay.
But we're gonna go for it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this is the I'm very excited for this.
Okay, so I brought a food that I've been trying to get a hold of for a long time. I don't think they make it anymore. The only box of it I could find expired in November, but we're gonna take the risk.
You gotta do it for science.
For science.
And for our Valentine's Day party. Like
Yeah.
this is our chance.
It is the Sour Patch Kids cereal.
Yeah.
Yay! So we're gonna try this.
Wow.
I love Sour Patch Kids, and I like the Sour Patch Kids ice cream, but I just don't feel good about this for some reason.
I think 'cause it's dry, right?
Yeah,
It's like
it's
there's
just-
no gummy. There's just,
Yeah,
it's just
like-
dry.
Like, is it sour? And then
Yeah, we need to taste it both like not wet and then wet.
yeah, we'll try dry, and then we'll add some milk. I brought some oat milk. We have these little bowls.
We're fucking
And
out
then
here.
I just ordered these for like me, but they just happened to come in the mail yesterday, so I was like, I'm going to bring them on the pod.
Wow.
I bought and brought a bunch of varieties of freeze-dried candies, which is
my
like a
God.
whole new, like, I think this became like a craze over the past year.
Is it?
Yeah,
I've
so
never heard of this.
Apparently freeze-dried Skittles are like the best.
Wow,
So I
they look-
brought original and I brought sour. We could add these to our drink, the sour Skittles.
Oh my god, yeah.
Freeze-dried sour Skittles. And then these are freeze-dried Starburst. And then these are freeze-dried Jolly Ranchers, which look like like rainbow Cheetos.
What does it mean to freeze dry it like it has no moisture, right? Or like,
Yeah, so
why-
it sort of like makes these candies expand for some reason when
It's a Jolly Rancher?
it's a Jolly Rancher
That's crazy.
freeze-dried. It looks like Cheetos, but
This
colored.
is the best.
But I have one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
This may fall into the realm of curse, but I also found the Sour Patch Kids Chips Ahoy.
I've actually had these.
You've had them?
I brought them when I was like visiting family last and everyone tried it.
And?
You gotta try it. You gotta try it.
Okay.
You gotta try that cursed treat yourself.
Also, I brought
Wow.
little things we can wear for the rest of the pod if you want. I have a devil, and you can be an angel.
Oh my god.
Little headbands.
Should I just wear it on my hat or should I take my hat off?
I'm wearing it on my head. I need to get a haircut, so I've been wearing a hat, but I'll get a haircut soon.
Yeah, I like sort of this double.
Yeah. You look so cute.
I
You look like a little magical girl.
I love it. Oh my god.
You need like a wand.
That means I'm cursed.
What?
Right. Well, just like, never mind. Sorry, my brain kind of farted for a second, and it was thinking of there's a really good sort of YouTube video about sort of the 10-year anniversary of Madoka Magica, and like just like she's a cursed magical girl, or the magical girls are all cursed. So I feel like that just made me think you're always you can't get away from it. Also, angels, you know, a demon is a fallen angel, right? So
That's true. Okay.
they're basically the same. Okay.
So I'm gonna open up this box,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited. It looks amazing.
They do look like Sour Patch Kids.
But they're like somehow teeny tiny.
This is definitely bringing back some very strange memories of just like. Does it smell like
I
that?
feel like it smells like Fruity Pebbles or like Fruit Loops.
With like, it's definitely like Fruit Loopy. Can I steal one?
Yeah, let's do
I
it.
just plunged my head into it.
Big one. I'll get a red because I feel like it's a
Yeah.
good base flavor to try. Here we go. It's definitely
It's like a tangy Fruit Loop.
yeah. It's weird that it's saying I don't know if it's gonna be good milk. Like I'm really nervous.
I mean, I think it's gonna be. I think it'll work well because I think that's something they kind of iron out in the process of design, right? Because you can't put like milk. Because I think doesn't like citrus
Acid,
curdle milk-
like yeah, curdles milk.
Wait.
All right, here we go.
Thank you. Thanks, Mom.
Oh shit!
Well, I'm hungry.
For a balanced breakfast.
It does taste like Fruit Loops.
It's very weird.
What a fun thing. There's so many candy. This is the most candy I've had in ages.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I dropped the
But I guess in lieu of our theme, I was just thinking of, I kind of wanted to like have a positive vibe on this holiday. And so like what's your current love? Like what's something you've been really enjoying lately? What's something that's been pure joy and bliss in your life?
not a person, can be anything.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a person. Fuck people. No.
I
I mean, it could be a person. No, it could be a person, but like not in.
mean my dating life isn't too exciting. It's never been particularly exciting. Hopefully that will change soon. But I got 2 cats over the past year and I just love them so much.
Yeah, cereal is something. So, sorry, I have to like take a moment to process.
Yeah. It's edible. Definitely not my favorite.
Not like pleasurable.
yeah.
It's like on that.
It tastes like something that I can't put my finger on.
It definitely is more acidic than a Fruit Loop. Like it's not.
It has like creamsicle ice cream energy, but I'd rather just have a creamsicle ice cream bar.
But I like the texture. I kind of just want to keep eating it.
I mean, yeah, I love eating cereal, so.
Yeah, I gotta think that over. It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, what were we expecting?
No, it's just basically like a mukbang.
This is just us hanging out and eating weird stuff.
Yeah. I kind of want to try the Sour Patch Kid Chips Ahoy now.
Oh yeah. You got cats. That's really exciting.
I did get cats. Maybe we can put pictures of them here too.
Oh yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
use
They're
for
so
Sour Patch.
cute.
They're
And-
so cute.
And they get along, which is like very uncommon.
Yeah, especially because one of them was like really like did not like other animals. Okay, I forgot that like Chips Ahoy are small. These look weird.
Yeah, I
They
feel
look like they've colored rocks in them.
I have to say that the picture on the cover does not match the cookie inside. Like,
it smells vile. Like, that smell
smell
is
it.
like...
let me smell it.
Yeah, take it. Smell it. I think it's disgusting. Like, what is that smell?
Oh, it's just like when you put... Yeah, it smells really bad. Like, it smells... I do not remember it smelling so...
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Okay, go for it. I don't think... Is it good? I remember it not hitting as hard as
This
you
ain't
want.
it.
Like, what about it though? Like, what are we talking?
I just like it's not like Sour Patch Kids. It's like these weird chips.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what are the chips made out of?
That's the thing. It's like, it was such a letdown because it didn't have anything. Like, I've had cookies and stuff that have like a sour, like a gummy in it, and it tastes pretty good. So sort of like gummies and ice cream too. Like gummy bears and ice cream, it gets really hard. So good. But texturally,
There's these chips in here that texturally are similar to chocolate, and they melt. But they have vague Sour Patch flavor, and I just find it overall a very confusing and not particularly pleasant experience.
I do like this cereal actually.
The only Sour Patch licensed product that I like is the ice cream that they made.
Oh, I can see that being really good. Yeah, it needs like it's all about texture. It's all about texture. You know what I've been really enjoying lately?
What?
Or what I've been like, what's made me feel like really excited about love, or like the concept of love, are Stephen King novels. And Stephen King in general as like a figure.
Unexpected answer.
I know. It's
Elaborate.
Like, okay. So, I don't know. Like, recently, I don't know why I got kind of, like, really obsessed with Stephen King this month. But I think it's, like, well, because I've been trying to, like, write more. And I feel like in terms of, like, newbie writers, like, he just has a lot of opinions. He, like, pops up on YouTube a lot. And, like, I found this video of, like, him and J.R.R. Martin talking to each other. And I was like, oh, I'm, like, in love with both of you. Like, absolutely and utterly in love. Like, I want to be in a throuple with J.R.R. Martin and Stephen King.
Okay, I'll ship it.
They're like, yeah, thank you. They're like a perfect, like, opposites attract. Like, it's kind of beautiful. And then I found this, like, interview of, it was like some sort of event where it was, like, Stephen King and, like, his whole family. And it was, like, the most awkward, bizarre interview because it's just, like, him, his wife, and his son, who's also a writer. They're all writers. The wife is also a writer and, like, a activist.
Joe Hill.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, like, and then they're, like, with all these, like, high schoolers. And, like, it's, like, a video from, like, 2008. So also the high schoolers have, like, peak fashion. And sort of, like, it's just the most bizarre video I've ever seen because, like, all three of them are just, like, slumped in their chairs, like, totally in love with their own work, but also weirdly supportive of one another as a family. Like, I don't think I've ever seen, like, three writers of one family coexisting like that on stage. Yeah. And then Stephen King, like, refers to his wife as his, like, lover. Like, on stage! And I was like...
That's so sweet.
And it was just so sweet. And she's so just, like, lounged back, like, I don't even give a fuck. And I was like, this dynamic is, like, everything. Is, like, Stephen King, like, simping for his own wife.
I love that.
On stage. And, like, he, like, gazes at her.
Whoa. It's intense.
I mean, I don't give a fuck about his son, but it was so cute.
Can you get a video clip of them gazing?
Yeah, it's a really quick thing. Like, maybe he didn't even feel like he was gazing, but he, like, looks at his own wife. And I was like, and they've been married for, like, 40 years or some shit. Maybe not that long.
Goals. Hashtag goals.
I don't know, but I was just like, what's happening in the fucking King household? Like, that's what love is. Like, you know, he was an alcoholic for 10 years. She, like, got him out of it. Like, his son had to overcome, like, his dad's celebrity and is trying to, like, find his way out of that. And then through all of it, they're just, like, supporting one another and, like, respecting each other's art. And, like, really
beautiful,
excited about what they're all doing. even though it's like obviously like one parent is like a super celebrity, but like I don't know, like what's happening in there. I know it's not all good, but like there's something like, I mean, if that's not love, being able to sit on a stage in front of a bunch of like 16-year-olds and then like call your wife your lover, like what?
It's very like beautiful and wholesome, and I hope that's a love that can still be attained.
I know, that's what I was thinking about so much. I mean, you know, the ride's not easy, but like I was like, fuck, that like rekindled a flame in me. It made me feel so happy. I was like, fuck. I mean, you know, maybe Stephen King's, you know, is like that because he got like hit by a gigantic truck or something and came back from the dead.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I can imagine that would change someone.
No, it makes you thankful, I guess. But like, it was pretty dope. I don't know. That was like really, I liked hearing. Also, I'm reading Carrie, and there's like, and I've realized this is me. I'm just obsessed with like Stephen King and his family and like how he views his wife because it's so cute. Because she's the one who took like that like original manuscript for Carrie out of the garbage can.
Really?
Yeah, and was like, "Don't be a fucking idiot. You need to publish this." And the thing is, when you read it, it's just like it's about her. Like it's definitely like Carrie is kind of her, where like the jock. I mean, spoilers for Carrie. Sorry, it was written in the 80s. If you don't,
I haven't seen it, but I don't care.
Well, this isn't a super spoiler. I mean, you already kind of know what happens.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as really spoiling Carrie, but there's this in the way that he writes it, right? So the jock is asked by his like girlfriend to ask Carrie out as sort of like penance for the bullying that sort of this girl had done with her friends or something. Mm-hmm. Like they had bullied Carrie and like really hurt her feelings and like for basically her whole lifetime. And so she's trying to like make up for it, and then she like asks her boyfriend to like take Carrie to prom, totally legitimately, like not as a joke. And like there's these moments where like in the text it's this like whole thing of like him discovering, you know, like this idea of like you can find things to love in someone. It's just a matter of like looking at them long enough. And then he kind of like has these like he like loves Carrie. He starts falling in love with Carrie and like seeing her beauty. And I was like, this is like Stephen King's first published novel, and like it's the most romantic. And I was like kind of like taken aback by it because all the other books and the stories I've written, it's like he doesn't really talk about women that great.
Yeah,
there's always
everything
like,
else about like a demonic car that's gonna crash into your house.
Or it's like there's always like I just read The Mist, and it's just like his thing is like, oh yeah, my wife, don't know much about my wife, but like this other woman, wow, what a great pair of cans, you know? Like it's one of the most like romantic thing. So I don't know, like there's something really interesting in Carrie, and I was like, and also like Carrie when he describes her kind of like looks a little bit like his wife, and I was like, this is her fucking wife.
Interesting.
That you love.
Oh.
Anyway, that's for Valentine's Day. For some reason, Stephen King has become like peak romance in my life.
I love that. Beautiful.
Thank you. Anyway, that's also J.R. Martin. J.R. Strange, attractive, tiny man. I don't know what to say besides that. You're talented, I guess. But
I'm trying to think of things that I love. I really love my cats. Despite a worldwide pandemic, my life's been pretty like chill, so I'm grateful for that. Something I don't love right now is the feeling in my stomach after eating all this stuff. I feel like
Did you even taste the weird
candies?
Yeah.
The freeze dried? No, we're gonna do that right now.
I feel pretty great.
You feel great?
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, the Red
really
Bull's excited. I want to try one of the Starburst. Open it. The Jolly Ranchers. Can I open the Jolly Ranchers?
Yeah, open. Okay, this is apparently like people are obsessed with freeze dried Skittles. So
it's crazy. They look like little seeds.
I know they burst open. I don't know if anyone can see it, but
I can't even. It's kind of like.
Whoa.
Yeah, I get it. It's like kind of like fractured crystals.
Mm-hmm. It's very crunchy and light.
It's really good. Yeah, it's airy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to try one of these. I used to. So speaking of school, I didn't like going to recess, and so
they smell. Wow.
Yeah, this one's the apple one.
This one's blue. This one's blue flavor.
The great blue flavor. But in elementary school, there was a system where you would work for a half hour on your break to pick up trash, and they would pay you with 2 Jolly Ranchers. So this makes me think of like it tastes like child labor. Real good though.
It's really good. It's a really weird like experience because it's like Jolly Ranchers have like such a strong flavor.
Yeah.
And it comes in such like a light package with this.
Like a Cheeto.
Yeah, it is a Cheeto.
It's like a Cheeto.
Okay, now we're gonna go to Starburst. I love Starburst, so
yeah, I like that these ones, they're easy on the teeth.
Yeah.
So
except when you chew the Jolly Ranchers, they are kind of sticking to my teeth like a Jolly Rancher would.
Yeah, a little bit. It's got kind of like if a Jolly Rancher breathed into your mouth.
Yeah. The Starbursts have a bit more weight to them. All right, cheers. Cheers.
Clink.
Oh.
A lot. Okay.
It's sort of like a
like glass. Put in your mouth.
You know what that's like?
Do I?
To put glass in your mouth?
Do I?
I don't know. I feel like it has like similar textural qualities to like meringue, but like a lot denser.
Yeah, that one's really dense. But the flavor, I feel like this process of, I don't know, like fluffing up the candy or whatever, like does make the actual flavor more intense.
I wonder what that is. Is it because there's more like surface area or something?
Maybe you eat it quicker. So
these
it's
are
like
sour. That would make sense.
Ooh.
Sour Skittles.
This one I'm excited for. They look so cute. They look like little Ooh. Can I have another one?
Yeah, go for it.
That one's bomb. Yeah.
Usually I prefer sour Skittles, but I think I like regular Skittles more than this variety. So I think this is all the food we brought.
We gotta keep talking. This is a podcast, guys.
I know, but I was gonna say we should. We asked the internet for questions about love.
Oh, that's so true. Let's check the internet. That's right. So, something I thought, which is kind of a dream of mine, and maybe a future career, is this idea of like a late night sort of like romance I guess radio show. They weren't called podcasts.
Like a 1-800 like
like
call-in show.
1-800 Dr.
Valentine.
Rebekka. Dr. Rebekka. Ask me all your questions at the witching hour.
That's spooky. It's like haunted also.
Well, it's like in the movie like Sleepless in Seattle, where it's like I think she like listens to a radio show and like I feel like peak sort of romance radio shows would be like late at night. You're driving home. It's like raining, and you're like a little lonely but romantic. And there's like what is it? Instruments playing in the background. I can't think of fucking saxophones.
Exactly.
It's like that low-key 90s horny. Like that's sort of the thing I would like to bring to
like
this
a big
radio. Yeah. Like, but also like you're just Frasier. Sexiest man alive.
We last minute asked the internet for questions about love. I didn't get any responses, but I think Rebekka got some.
Wow, I did get a few actually. Okay, so we'll go first to. I won't show you who the names are, but like on Instagram, there were some brave souls who did send a few questions.
I'm gonna continue eating this octopus while you. This one's raising its hand. It's like hello.
Hello, me. We haven't even opened the warhead box.
I'll open it while you look at the.
Okay. So I think the fact that anyone like responded is pretty amazing. So we got 2 questions on Instagram, and we have 2, which are sort of more public to me, has their names attached, which I won't say. And then we also have 2 on the more like secretive anonymous inbox. So we'll start with the ones, we'll start light, which I like this question. So-and-so asks, how do I truly impress my gothic book-loving girlfriend?
Whoa.
How do you impress your big-tittied Literate girlfriend. I like this question.
That's a good question.
I really like this question. Well, you must be doing something right because, I mean, you snatched yourself your own.
A good one,
or
yeah.
a small-tittied girlfriend. It could be any size titties. Could be both large and small at the same time. The human body is amazing.
How do you truly impress her? I mean, just like, I feel like the person probably done it already, but I love when people make like an effort to like really deeply try to like delve themselves into like the similar interests that I have to like media, like watch my favorite movie, read my favorite book and stuff. And I always try to do that for people that I'm interested in. They'll be like, oh, this is my favorite book, so I'll read their favorite book, and like no one's ever done that for me. Like reading a whole book's a commitment, you know?
Yeah.
And to me it was just very natural to do that, but then I realized like, oh, these people would never like, you know, I've tried seeing a lot of people who are like, they wanted to control all of like the media we were consuming. Like, I want to watch this, I want to watch this, I want this, and then I suggest something and they're like, I don't know, as if they were like the king of media or something.
Yeah.
And I really don't like that. So I think making an active effort for someone who's like has a big passion about a certain kind of media to like actively like, I don't know what this girlfriend's favorite book series is, but if it's very long and like you haven't started it, like start it. Do it.
Yeah, I think that's so interesting that what can kind of happen if you don't share interests is that there's like a war of interests. Because I think, I would agree that there's something about, I mean, you're I don't want to talk about her titties. That's in my brain. It's just built into my brain, like big tittied goth girlfriend. But literate goth girlfriend. You know, I think anyone who's kind of interested in subcultures. That's not a thing. Anyone who's like into subcultures, I feel like are very invested in sort of the fantasy and story that they're telling to themselves about their own life. They have like really rich inner world. And so I think being able to step into their world and sort of like realize I don't know, just like what brings them pleasure. Like there's probably a lot of like, sorry, my
Cat's playing with a paper bag.
Trying to get in this bag. I'm trying to do a podcast here. Get out of here. I'm trying to be professional. I think somehow trying to traverse into her world is a really grand thing, and like maybe trying to be one of those characters, not in like a high key way, but like, you know, I think there's something about sharing the fantasy together, and also like kind of putting your pride to the side. I don't actually know, I'm going to assume you're a guy, but I don't know. But I do think that's something where like I see a lot of times that's where like non-disjunction happens, is like maybe like the girlfriend is more like centrally invested in this fantasy, and then like, and so like this is like not necessarily sex, but also that part, it's like has to be kind of somehow built into it. And the thing is, if she's like a goth girlfriend, I'm assuming she's also really into like cool aesthetics. So it's this idea of like, you know, that's like an art form. I think kind of crediting her for that and acknowledging the work she puts into her appearance and like living that fantasy is a big part of it.
Yeah, make her some art.
Yeah, I mean, I think like helping her build upon it, like adding to her collections is also, I mean, I feel like that's like less nuanced, but like I think gifts, like things where you're just like, oh, this is like a weird token that has like a symbol she likes, or I think it's taking her interest really seriously.
Like you said, like she has like a rich inner world, and she's very clearly very creative. Yeah. And just like what's the word I'm looking for? Just like I guess the only word I can think of is like catering, but that seems like too not catering. It's like
I think it should feel legit.
That's not the word I'm thinking of. It's
indulging?
Yes, that's the word. Yeah, just like really like less like indulging and like her like creativity and like owning that and like delving into it like with her.
Ooh, and I think also like building real life stories. So this idea of like, you know, if we have someone who has kind of like a dramatic inner world, like she kind of probably wants to act that out, not just sexually, but also like in the real world. So it's this idea where like she's gonna pay attention to like small details. So it's something where it's like, what music is playing? Are you going to like a really cool? Did you like go to the trouble of like looking up a really weird space that creates a really cool backdrop, like a niche bar, a weird restaurant, or like an abandoned building where you can go and like have a picnic, or you know, I think those things really have a lot of mileage where you're like really participating in the creation of like this memory. So sort of that internal world can kind of like come out, because that just what makes her just feel like so real and like seen and like really excited. Because I think sometimes like, I don't know, goth girlfriends feel like they're the only ones seeing that world, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thanks, Chandler.
We just want love for these two
Just
people.
take care of your goth girlfriend.
Yeah. Be gentle with your goth girlfriend. They're precious. Don't lose them.
And they'll be precious to you. And then share like your weird like fantasy stuff. I'm sure, assuming you guys have like stuff in common. I just peeked at your Instagram. Seems like you're a spooky fella. Like, yeah. So that was a good question.
Yeah.
And that I feel like that advice kind of goes for like anyone. If you have like sort of like, you know, creative significant other of some sort. You know, I think even non-goth girlfriends have sort of that inner world. Okay, so we have another question on the Instagram. They ask, is it easier to love yourself or someone else, and why?
Ooh.
Damn.
Totally depends on the person.
Is it easier to love yourself, or it really does, I think.
Like if you're Elon Musk, it's easier to love yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of interesting. Is it easier? I mean, I think I would say it's easier to love yourself, because I think sometimes when we think we're doting on someone else, we're actually reinforcing our own ego. And so I think sometimes the acts of love can actually...
Like it's not a genuine love to them. It's something that like you're reflecting of yourself onto them.
Yeah, it's like maybe you're doing a loving act, like, I don't know, like organizing something or doing something for another person. But it's part of sort of building your own self-image versus doing something that they really like. But maybe all love is kind of like built like that. Because love should feel good. Like you should feel... I guess not all acts of love feel good, but most do. Like if you do something nice for someone.
I guess that was also like I just made that like joke about Elon Musk as like a throwback to the beginning of the episode, but I guess also like that kind of...
No, it's real.
But that kind of self-love is also maybe not... I don't want to say like disingenuous, but definitely feels like a more like vapid, like narcissistic self-love than like something with substance. Like for me, I would say like easier to love other people, but I definitely feel like it can be, just because it can be very hard to look, even the most like therapied people I've met, like it's still really hard to like look inward and like see everything of yourself and like accept it and work through it and stuff, and that's hard no matter like what age you're at. And I've definitely been in periods of my life like I struggle with kind of a lot of my like self-image and self-worth came and sometimes comes, I'm working with it, how like other people like view me and accept me and like allow me into their life, so I'll just like dote on them, and it's gotten me in really big trouble and like emotionally. So that's not the healthiest. So it's like, I guess it's, I feel like, should genuine love be like hard to do you think? If you're doing something genuine, it should become like easily, right?
I don't know. I guess like, well, now maybe like actually loving yourself is really hard, and it's easier to focus on others when you don't love yourself. And so maybe that like legitimate love can only happen if you like are loving yourself. So maybe, I don't know, I actually might switch my point of view. It's actually harder to love yourself. Like truly, not like an Elon Musk way.
Yeah.
Where you have to like constantly like build an ego. And anything that's gonna like threaten that is gonna like threaten everything.
Yeah.
But like, you know, if you're truly chill with yourself, then you just have space for others, I think. And then it's like real, like you're not projecting onto someone, because I think if you don't love yourself, you're just going to project on someone else kind of what you're experiencing or what you think you need or like what you want to be or what you hate about yourself. Like it gets really convoluted. It's a good question.
I think I'm going to lean harder to love yourself, but that's mostly based on my own personal experience.
No, I think it's like real though. I think there's something that it is like harder because I think it's something where, again, yeah, we get kind of convoluted in what we think even self-love is, and I don't think it's necessarily like you like love everything about yourself and you're like perfect. I think it's you kind of just accept yourself and kind of believe that you deserve good things, but also like because then if you can love someone else, they can be imperfect.
Yeah. Also, I think we've talked about this privately as friends. Like, I feel like the idea of being selfish has like a very negative connotation, and like loving yourself requires like an act of like base like selfishness, not in a negative or positive way, just like you need to like put yourself first and like take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And
you're responsible for yourself.
Exactly.
Ultimately.
And I think if you're not, there's a lot of like social pressures, I think, to like sacrifice yourself to a point that like even not necessarily in a romantic relationship, but even like your job, like you have to, if you love your job, you'll sacrifice for it, like stuff like that. And it's just like it's bullshit, and it makes it really hard to love yourself.
I think it takes a phenomenal amount of energy to like tend to yourself like in a true way, and yeah, I don't think people want to maybe take on that responsibility. Yeah, it is really hard, but yeah, I think I think maybe the word selfish then needs to be reframed, where it's like, you know, is it truly selfish to take care of yourself if it means you have more to give outwardly?
Exactly.
You know? Then it's not truly selfish. It's actually the most altruistic thing you can do. You know, it's weird. I think that's maybe it's not like the self or the other so much. They're kind of like super entangled. And so yeah, I mean, it's definitely our responsibility to dive in and take care of ourselves, because it just does pour over. I think we were talking about just like kind of this like the craziness of the last year and a half, and I've just seen a lot of people in relationships and people just freak out and take it out on others, and like, or take it out on themselves, or like shut down. And it's just like, I think some of that is just for whatever reason, it's just bringing all that up and sort of like testing sort of the boundaries of love in a lot of ways. Not to get too deep, but like,
Hi, it's a deep question.
I feel like we've been talking about sort of stuff. So this candy's really getting to me now.
Yeah, I can't decide if eating all this candy is an act of self-love or self-hate.
Self-harm candy. Yeah,
It's a lot of
it's
candy.
a fine line. I think this is self-love. We haven't eaten that much of it, honestly. I think the drink is kind of the most intense.
I accidentally ate all your octopi. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. No, I saved a few. They kind of look like monkeys.
We have 2 more questions, right?
We do have 2 more questions. I'm gonna check on the camera real quick.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a really good question. I feel like you can just bop back and forth. Yeah, just true love.
Yeah. Everyone I know, I think, struggles with self-love more. But
Yes.
if you were like,
Totally. I think most
I don't know, if you
people
were
do.
raised in like a, yeah.
I just think because we hang out with a lot of artists and creatives and poets and musicians, that everyone's a bit more like both self-effacing and also processing all the time. So because I feel like I venture out and I think it's all the same insecurities. Everyone has the same insecurities, but maybe it's not quite as like pieced apart. Because we're all going to therapy. Everyone I know goes to fucking therapy.
If you're not in therapy, go. If you live in New York City and you need options for cheap therapy, send me a DM, leave a message. I'll send you a great Google Doc filled with resources.
Oh yeah, we can put it in the description of the video. And yeah, if you're looking for resources, get in touch with either of us. Or our new Instagram.
Oh yeah. It's on Instagram. It's something.podcast, all one word. Like there's no period. It's DOT.
Yeah. It's genius. Chandler's kind of in charge.
But you did all the... Rebekka did a lot of the work setting up the YouTube and the email and stuff. And I guess one day we'll have a Twitter.
God, no. We don't have to be. I was just like, we don't need to make that much work for ourselves. I think the YouTube's enough. And like, you know, we got our own social medias. Too many social medias. You can just make 1,000 social medias.
We just need to get really good at TikTok.
God. I do actually. That's another thing I love is like, because you sent me a TikTok this morning and then literally 2 hours later... I'm just sitting there and I've consumed so many TikToks. Oh my God.
So funny.
And I found this one TikTok thing. Let me find it. Okay. Real quick. And then we have 2 more questions. But speaking of sort of romance fantasies on TikTok, ASMR, I don't know.
What could it be?
I have to go to my likes. God, TikTok. But I found this amazing. Let me find her handle. Where do I go to my likes? Bum, 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 bum.
By the way, guys, this drink is definitely the winner of all the foods we tried.
Yeah, it's so good. Okay, so I'll like put their information, but their TikTok handle is KK Kirsten or Kirsten, and she does a role play TikTok about a sort of like cutesy doll like maid girl and her sort of like millionaire madame, and it's like kind of a soft romance with like very soft power dynamics.
Interesting.
It's really good. Yeah, let me find it.
The lady of the house calls. Wow.
Also, she's so cute.
Wow. Also, I want everyone to know that, like, KK Kirsten is K-E-I, because when I heard, I thought it was, like, KKK, and I got really
no, it is not KKK Kirsten. No, she's beautiful. That's fucked up. But you know what? It is a lot of K's. You know what? That was true, though.
There's some messed up stuff.
You know what? And the thing is, in the anime and cosplay community, you do sometimes have to, like, be a little careful, because, like, things get pretty...
messy.
Shifty. Anyway, in this TikTok, which I'll like take and put in the video, the maid is called, and then like her madame does her hair for her, and she blushes, and it's really fucking cute. Is all I'm saying.
It's adorable.
I know. Anyway, okay, so we have 2 more questions.
Mm-hmm.
KK Kirsten. That's really unfortunate. It does sound.
Yeah.
She's gonna change her handle.
I mean, when it's written out, it's fine. When you hear it, it's not great.
That's important. I mean, I guess luckily you're in like the zone where you're only reading and seeing, like it's visual. But yeah, that in my brain now, like KKK Kirsten.
Yeah,
like it's rough. But she's really sweet and so cute, and like her content's really lovely and really relaxing. Anyway,
she's this really like elegant. Like classic makeup looks going on.
Yeah, like big dolly eyes. It's very classic, you know. And then like the madame has like dark hair and is like very like chic, like Chanel. Basically just Coco Chanel. Anyway, okay, so back to the love line. So one of our ultra secret questions that came in, a very good question, is how. Yeah, so it's how to explore possible queer feelings safely and without hurting others. New territory.
It's a good question.
It's a good question.
I think, like this answer is gonna sound like so like well duh, but it's like I always think the best answer is just like be upfront, be honest. You're not the only one. Like I see that all the time, like people being like, because like, let's be real, like, some people don't, like, come out until, like, much later in their life, you know? So, like, it's normal to be, like, feeling what you're feeling, and as long as you're upfront with that, like, I think like people who are worth your time will be fine with it. And
Yeah.
know your own boundaries and make sure that you like state them. Don't feel any like pressure to do X, Y, or Z. Check in with whoever you're with. Make sure they're all right with it. Just be like, hey, I'm not very experienced. Like, let me know if this feels good, or like or if it's not, like, you know, you can say that. If it doesn't feel good for you. I feel like it's
I think it's checking in.
Yeah.
I think it's yeah, I think communication is like the best thing you can do. At least from the tone of the question, and I'm just going to project, 'cause I feel like there's that thing where like your following is always a little similar to you. So I'm going to assume that you are probably a bisexual woman, because I feel like these are feelings I've heard often from people where, like, especially if you're not like super young or in high school or like junior high, or like at these moments where it's just like normal to be exploring, that like if you're like my age, it probably is just harder to go into spaces where there's people who have maybe like known. And then that's the thing, what people want like changes over the course of their lifetime, so it's not even like they've known who they are for longer. It's like just they've been in these spaces longer. I think it's also sounds from the question, this idea of like without hurting others kind of comes out of like a feeling of shame, like maybe you should have known your feelings earlier, or that you don't have a right to be there. And that's why I'm like assuming maybe this is like someone who's like bi or pan, or like someone who's like more fluid, because I think there's a lot of weird feelings towards sort of fluidly sexual people when they enter sort of queer spaces and gay spaces for dating, because like there is some weird stuff that you're told, honestly, sort of that you shouldn't be there, or like, why don't you know your feelings like well enough. And I mean, it's just good to tell yourself that you have every right to be there.
Yeah.
You know, you have every right to approach who you find attractive, and as long as you're communicating, no one can say anything to that. Like, you have a right to go through your life and try things out, and as long as you're not, you know, shacking up and buying a house with someone, or like, you know, you're being careful with people, it's okay to like traverse as far as you want to go, and then also be like, you know, it's not working for me too. Like, you don't have to feel, I don't know, that you're being like drug along.
Yeah, and
to prove your identity, you know. Yeah,
this person sounds like they
which I get. I totally understand those feelings, because it is really scary.
Yeah, they sound like they really don't want to, they want to make sure no one feels used.
Yeah.
But like,
you also don't want to be fake, like someone tell them that they're fake.
Yeah.
That's why I am projecting. If this is not you at all, then you know, sorry. But from I think just reading the question, it sounds like it's like coming from a small set of fear of like someone's gonna look at you and be like, well, you're not fucking gay enough.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
you're not, you know, if it's like a gold star lesbian and they're like, well, I don't want like to be with a bisexual or pansexual or a queer person because like I don't know where their lines are, and it's like, you just don't want to be with that person then, you know?
Yeah.
That's just kind of the real deal.
And
you know? You have a right to say no, and you have a right to pursue, I guess, you know? Like, it's weird. It's like weird feelings.
Yeah, this person, definitely they're worried that like, oh, they're not queer enough or something like that. If those feelings arise, like don't feel like imposter syndrome about like queerness and your identity. Like there shouldn't be any like gatekeeping around like queerness, like,
or gatekeeping yourself.
Yeah, you're not defined by like the amount of people that you have had sex with or like who you've had sex with. I know queer people who like basically their whole life is dedicated to queerness in some way, and they still don't feel like they're queer enough. And to me, that's like so. To me, it's like mind-boggling. I'm like you're one of the like no one would question. Yeah, no one questioning this. Like, so like I want this person to know that like they're not alone, and like people who came out like earlier in life, who were able to explore earlier, like they were still feeling the same feelings you're feeling now. Probably there's some people who are just you know, really just know themselves from the beginning, and that's great, but a lot of people don't, especially in a society that's, like, pressuring you to, like, be the certain way.
Yeah.
So, like...
Or sometimes you just... that's the thing. It's, like, sexuality and identity is also weird. Like, there's people who... You know, I like that there's been a lot more sort of conversation around this idea of, like, that you change over lifetime. And that you don't really look back and look at a previous version of yourself as, like, the wrong version. It's just, like, you know, we're all changing and shifting and learning about ourselves. And kind of also, like, acting on different aspects of it. You can't act on every part of yourself all the time. So that's why we have a whole lifetime. So, like... and also, like, I think I would also say, I normally, like, in person, I very rarely come across those negative opinions and feelings. I feel like people are so supportive IRL. So if, like, you're having weird feelings about not knowing how to act, you know, as long as you have your wits about you and are being communicative, like, maybe take a break and don't be on social media, you know?
Yeah.
Like, build that outside of the conversations happening online, because I think there is, like, an unfortunate, like, you know, just people eating their own, basically.
Yeah,
like,
there's
online.
a lot of, like... Yeah, in real life, I've never met someone who was like, this person's not queer enough. Get out of here!
I mean, sometimes there's, like, weird under the, you know, like, microaggression stuff.
Oh, for sure.
But nothing like that's, like, you know, you can kind of bat it off.
Yeah, maybe I'm just, like, lucky I haven't run into those people, but,
true. We're also
there's also, like, there's, the only times I ever hear those kinds of conversations is if there's, like a cis-het person who's co-opting a lot of queer stuff for some sort of, I don't know, whatever field they're in, attention or clout or something or other, and, I don't know, like, that many people, like, they're a smaller, they're a minority of people, and, like, if this person sounds like, whoever you are, you sound like you're already very conscious of, like, your actions and what you're doing, so I feel like you'll probably be fine. Like, no one's gonna be like, how dare you explore your sexuality in here? Like,
but I get it. I mean, also exploring it, you know, if you're not comfortable yet, you know, finding human beings. I mean, I would say find as many stories as you can. I mean, you know, we both love anime.
Yeah,
and I feel like, I mean, all my, like, early quintessential sort of queer media was, like, all anime and manga. It's, like, the beautiful sphere of sort of sensual, horny shoujo, sort of whatever that is a really cool space to, you know, I think that's where a lot of people sort of explore their queerness, is because they're these sort of safe stories that deal with emotion, and it's, like, kind of expands a little bit beyond just, like, sexual acts into maybe sort of, like, what do your friend groups look like, you know, because it's not just about sex, it's also about your peers and who you have around you and, like, how you build the world.
Yeah, and also don't feel pressured to, like, have
find
to
stories.
Don't
Beautiful
feel
things. Especially now we're all inside.
Don't feel pressured to have to like have to explore X, Y, and Z. Like, you, like,
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate of just, like, you know, be patient. You'll, like, find the right thing. Like, don't like rush it. And also I know a person who is pansexual who, like, once posted this very informative tweet that was like, hey, if you think you're bisexual and you're starting to explore it, like, don't, like, give up after the first try, because it's, like, even in, like, cis hetero dating, like, you're not just gonna, like the first person. Dating, like, sucks.
All dating is terrible. It doesn't matter. When they identify as, like, you're gonna run into some duds. You're gonna run into situations where you're the dud. Like, you're just like, well, fuck, this isn't working. This is terrible. I'm terrible. So, yeah. But yeah. It's a good question.
Yeah, I hope this person, I wish you luck. Also, Lex is a funny app. You could try.
What is it?
Lex.
What is Lex?
Lex.
You're always dropping me the weird ass dating.
Lex is like I'm making an assumption that this person isn't a cis man, so I apologize on that.
Yeah, we're making a lot of assumptions. If you are a guy, most of all this stuff still holds, I gotta say. Except I do understand that, like, it is just a lot rougher exploring your queerness, I think, amongst men, even amongst both straight men and like gay men. You know, again, those weird like fucking binaries will always like get you. Honestly, just tread lightly. But all the same advice, honestly. I don't think I would really shift any of it. But yeah.
Yeah, Lex is like a dating app, I think, that's intended for anyone who isn't a cis man. That there's no pictures involved. You just post you basically post like a text ad, like a misconnection sort of ad on like this feed. It's really glitchy, but it's really funny. I think nowadays it just sort of has devolved into people trying to get plugs for illicit substances. Like, what is this plug? And you're like, damn.
Well, there you go.
I was just like,
all the tips on this podcast.
I go on like every app just for like fun, because I don't really meet that many people, but they're just like fun to go on. And one time I saw someone post on that like, hey, I have like homegrown like gourmet mushrooms, like shiitake, whatever, like all this stuff. And I was like, oh, this is great because they're so expensive by my thing. And I was like,
you bought mushrooms off a dating app?
Well, I messaged the person, and then they were like, hit me up on Signal, so it did. And then it turned out
That's
wasn't
so sketchy.
It wasn't gourmet mushrooms. It was like illicit mushrooms. And I was like, no, I don't want this.
Do you still have their information?
Do you want to talk about this off of the podcast?
Yeah, just wondering.
I'll have to check my Signal.
All right. Anyway, that's cool.
Yeah,
you never know what you find out there. God, that's so funny. Apparently, everyone's making a dating app for
dating app here. Oh my god,
dating apps all over the
someone
place
on Facebook posted like an ad for like find your perfect like goth partner or friend, and I was like, everyone was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, I'll just do it, guys. I'll download it.
Yeah.
I volunteer. I'm doing it. But it was just an
volunteer.
app. Volunteer's tribute.
Yes, tribute. All right, guys, I'll take them for the team.
And I downloaded it, but it was just like an app to like find friends in your area. Like it's not romantically charged at all. And I was like, man, I wanted this to be like a goth meeting app. Like,
yeah, I only want vampires.
Yeah, like where's the Vampire Freaks app, man? Give that to me.
I mean, it'll probably be made. It's so funny. I was talking to someone on Tinder, and he was telling me he's making a dating app for gamers specifically.
Whoa.
And I was like, I didn't want to tell him. He's a really nice fella.
Wait, I want to try it.
But like, I was just thinking about this gaming app for gamers, where I'm just like, dating app for gamers, where on the one hand, it sounds great. On the other hand, it sounds like it would just devolve into the most terrible thing ever.
Oh yeah, it's just a bunch of like guys like harassing women to like the point of I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, you're just like
Gamergate the app.
Like it has a question like, what would you do if I said the N-word on a stream?
Oh wait, is that really something that's on it?
No, but just like weird gamer culture where it's like, and listen, I love gamers and I love video games, but listen,
gamer culture is some of the darkest. I actually just bought
darkest shit. Yeah,
a book on gamer culture that I'm excited
like
about.
The gamer, like if we're talking very heteronormative, which I'm assuming. I mean, this person was a guy looking at me, so I'm assuming. Oh, I don't know, maybe. But like, I'm assuming, especially with gamers, it's so very straight. I'm also making that assumption. But the thing is, it feels like all the women and femmes and sort of AFAB folks who are into games are so different than like a lot of the men who are into games. So I wonder if it would like pair you with indie games versus like AAA games.
Did you ask him? I
haven't gone that far in the conversation.
Just get in, open up the app.
Steal your ID. Fucking talk to me.
Yeah.
Gabe. But I don't know, I was just thinking where I was like, this could be a terrible backfire.
His last name wasn't Newell, was it?
I mean, no, they don't quit their last names.
I know.
Maybe I'm outing him.
I think Gabe Newell is like the guy that started Valve or like Steam or whatever.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know what he looks like.
I don't know. This is just like information that I've locked in the back of my head from like dating a hardcore gamer when I was 17.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's the thing. It's like it could be the greatest thing ever. It could also be just men who hate feminism.
Do you think? Oh yeah, it's just like an MRA dating app.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do you think that the UI of the app will involve some sort of like gaming elements to like match?
Oh my
people?
god! Like you have to like set like
you have to like
skill sets. So you have to have like like the person like play your game or have a certain like reflex thing, like a certain shot, a kill count to get
you have
to
to play Snake, and if you both get the same amount of points, you match.
You gotta play a Neopets like Meerkat Chase.
Oh my god, Meerkat Chase. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is a genius idea because there's so many different games. You just have people who play like Candy Crush and like fucking crush a Candy Crush. And they find each other and it's true love.
Oh, so you just fused Candy Crush with Tinder and made an app.
You just
Get it? It's Candy Crush. Oh, the video.
Okay. The video.
Are we back?
I think we're back.
Yay. All right, we have one more question, right?
We do have one more question. We'll wrap this up. Okay, so the last question is, I'm trying to figure out how to break down the hierarchy between romantic relationships and friendships in my life. Do you have any experience and or suggestions? This is very interesting.
Can you read that again?
Yes. I'm trying to figure out how to break down the hierarchy between romantic relationships and friendships in my life. Do you have any experience and or suggestions?
I guess I'm wondering what they mean exactly by hierarchy.
Like breaking down the hierarchy.
Like, is this in terms of how you're prioritizing relationships?
That's what I think that's what it is. That I'm assuming, just because this is how it normally happens, is that people prioritize their singular partner and then they kind of lose the connections with their community and friends, or they suddenly become lesser. And you can kind of see that play out even in like party environments and like, you know, who's involved in what, you know, what's planned, who's invited, you know, all of that kind of changes when people are in a really committed relationship. So I'm assuming that's where I'm assuming it is.
Yeah.
Suggestions? Thoughts?
Well, first, obviously, make sure you're putting in a lot of effort into your friendships, because you really don't want
Sorry,
to.
I think I have Sour Patch stuff in my nose.
The like sugar?
Yeah, like ascorbic acid.
Is it burning?
It's like gritty and burning. Yeah.
Oh no! It's like stuck in your nose, right?
No, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I think the first thing, obviously, like, make sure you're giving the right amount. Make sure you're giving attention to your friendships, because you're going to be like so grateful for that, because you really don't want to become so like isolated within romantic relationships. It can feel really trapped. Not that I would know. I've never really had like a decent like long-term relationship in my life, but
well, the gaming dating app's coming out soon.
It's gonna change everything.
It's gonna fucking change everything.
But one thing I'm very grateful for when I like there's like sometimes I see like really good relationships and I'm like, I'm jealous, I wish I want that, but like I wish I want that, I wish I had that, but I'm very grateful. Like I feel like I have very strong and like powerful friendships, and it's like it's very important to make sure you have relationships out. Like if you want a healthy romantic relationship, you need to have other relationships, because if you're getting like if all of your energy is like just in the relationship, like it's gonna like explode. Like you guys need like a break from each other or whatever, which is I guess is harder to do in a quarantine right now. I don't know if this person's in a serious relationship or if they're in multiple serious relationships. But
I mean, that is an extra like layer. It's like just like tiers sort of in terms of like relationships. So if you have multiple partners, that can get.
I don't consider myself like a non-monogamous person, but I have a lot of friends who are, and like they eat it. Yeah, that matches your outfit. A lot of them really don't like hierarchies and just treat everyone equally. Some do, but I feel like I'm a monogamous person, and when I am interested in someone, I can tell that my energy is a little more put on them than others, and that's normal. But like, just I don't know, if it really helps you, just like get a calendar, like schedule your time a little bit. Like I know that sounds like silly, but like sometimes I even write notes to like make sure I check in on this person, because like I
think it's healthy. I think it's really healthy. I mean, I think I'm still kind of like learning that as sort of like how to maintain those relationships, just friendships in general. But yeah, I think it's okay, like especially if you have a lot of people in your life that you you just check in on people. I think, and I mean, maybe some of this is also like you kind of want, if we're talking someone, if you have like one partner and friends and you feel like your attention's skewing too much into your relationship, some of that is also talking with your partner about sort of those boundaries and like what you need, because I think a lot of times partners don't want to talk about like the smothering that can maybe happen inside the relationship, because it's like you don't want to tell your partner like, God, go fucking do something, like you're putting too much on me, because I feel like you're pushing them away. And then also like it is harder to, you know, take care of your friendships if you have a partner who feels really hurt if they're not with you all the time, because, you know, different friendships and relationships just need different combos of people. Like there's people who you can like kind of like double date with, and then there's people where you need to be on a one-on-one basis because you just need time to talk with someone. And you know,
and that it's good to like also like assess where all your friendships are at. Like I feel like I did a lot of soul-searching the past few years, and I realized like there are some people who I consider like really close friends, and then in retrospect I'm like, actually I don't think we are, and like that person actually doesn't like talk to me that much. Like I'm definitely like, you know, quality over quantity person. Like if you're having a quantity problem, like make sure like maybe do a quality check, or maybe you can have a lot of good friends too, but it's like I definitely have like a core group of people who I feel like I talk to like every day, and then I have another group of people who are like, I'm still very close to them, but like they're the way that we communicate is less it's a little more inconsistent, and sometimes I feel like there's an article but I didn't read it, but like sometimes you have like, I don't have anyone like this in my life because I feel like most of my friends like align with like my interests, but some people just have like concert friends, like the person they just like go to a concert with or something.
There's different things holding different people together.
Yeah, like, you know, if you're like concert friend you see like once every few months, like if you're not being too in touch with them, like I wouldn't worry about that much.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's this idea, maybe again we're reading kind of into, got a job offer. Nice.
Oh boy, try it.
Good, I need some money. That'd be great. Sorry, I didn't look at my phone. But the question kind of sounds like they're kind of getting tugged into their relationship and losing connections with the outside world. And like, I think that's a really hard thing, because I think a lot structurally starts happening that reinforces that, especially with like straight couples. I think that happens where there's just not as much importance placed on those outside relationships, and some of that just becomes very toxic, and you know, the whole idea of like the nuclear family kind of being alienating, in that you have no other outside connections, and it's like really, really hard. Like you just have to try and make space for those outside friends, because also, and I guess I've experienced that when I was like in a long-term relationship. There were certain friends who were actually like single, who maybe made the assumption that I didn't want to see them anymore, or like the idea that you were coupled. There was something about that made it uncomfortable for them to invite you. And so I think it kind of happens from both sides, where if you're in a relationship, there's maybe this weird discomfort at like the intimacy that obviously has been sort of put into your life, and there's like kind of a weird tension. So I think you kind of have to like put pride aside a little bit if you're experiencing that, and just reach out and be like, hey, like, I want to fucking see you,
and like exactly,
and make that, and then also maybe just be upfront if that's happening, that you are just like, hey, like I still want my friends, like, you know, I don't, you know,
that like social, like
I think it happens from both sides. And then also like those friends probably have had a lot of experiences where they've just been fucking thrown to the curb the moment their friend has a significant other. Like that happens, and it's very painful as well when people just, especially if you're valuing your friendships and then a friend just disappears. That's really, so I think just being mindful.
I think,
and truly valuing those friendships, which is practice, because we're not actually naturally taught how to do that outside of romance.
I know so many people who are just like, well, so and so you know, got a lover, so like they're not really hitting me up anymore, and I'm like, that's so sad, and like something that like never occurred to me, because I'm such like a, I consider myself an introvert, but then in retrospect I've had like a lot of different friends like all over the world, like consistently for like most of my life, And
Yeah, you're really good at like friendships. I feel like
I'm a great friend.
Spin all those plates really well.
Yeah, I love having friends.
You know.
But it's just like it's really sad, and I guess I want to assume that this person's romantic relationship or relationships are like good and positive, but in just in case they're not, and you do feel like they're holding you from like you feel like there's a pressure that's holding you back from maintaining friendships and stuff, like maybe reflect on that and see what is up, and talk to your partner. And I want everything to work out. I'm just it's just always important because it's never good to feel
split.
isolated.
You don't want to feel split, and I think that's something, and maybe that's just from the beginning of certain relationships and friendships that you're cultivating like a synergy, and it would be like some sort of like Silicon Valley thing where you gotta find the fucking synergy. But it is like a warning sign if, even though, I don't know, I guess like your partner has the right to be more reclusive in certain ways, but like, there is something where it's like, if you're feeling split between these two groups, is it like because there's like a moral issue? Is it like, are you afraid of the conversations that'll happen if their paths do cross? That's a very real thing. And so sometimes there's some work you just got to do in terms of like do you feel more like yourself when you're with your friends, and then you kind of cap that when you go in? Or is it the reverse? Like, is there, like, where's that tension coming from?
Yeah.
Because then you might just be, if your partner's your best friend and you're gravitating towards that, it's probably because you might need more friends that are as emotionally there for you as this. Well, maybe it's like, feels like going out into the cold.
Yeah.
To your asshole friends, then it might just be like, you got to buck up. You got to give yourself incentive. You want to hang out with people you actually like.
Exactly.
You don't just want to like fill a room just so you said you went out. Like, you want to actually enjoy yourself. So maybe one has to go or the other. I don't know. That's a good question though. I do think people need to work more at like not turning their back on friends when they get into a relationship, both for themselves, like selfishly, and for their friends, because you just never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, like it's
yeah. I know. I mean, but then if someone gets into a relationship, you gotta give them like a month.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's always like the honeymoon period where it's like, okay, you're busy,
let them
I get
like
it.
go off and like go crazy, and you gotta hear about it for a while, and that's your job as a friend too.
Yeah.
To like be like, yeah, don't make bad decisions. Go enjoy yourself. But yeah, don't give up on your friends.
Yeah.
Take a collective. But yeah, I think reaching out sounds like, again, like communication. You gotta like, and energy that you're like telling them that they still matter to you. If it's a matter of like your friends not being able to approach.
Don't be worried about sounding earnest, because honestly, love it.
Yeah. I think it says a lot. And also like you can just be like, you just want company. You want to go out and do shit. Even though now it's like hard. I know it's hard now. But yeah.
Have like make like a Zoom night with all your friends.
Make a Zoom night. I know. Go to the subculture party.
Yeah, I actually
I think there's one this Sunday. I think it's 2-dayer.
I made some new friends over quarantine, which was like something I wasn't expecting to happen, but a good friend of mine, he wanted to stay in touch with his friends and also just like connect and like download the week and talk about it and stuff. And
I'm gonna check the camera one more time.
He invited me to this like weekly Sunday night chat, and just having that in my calendar every week, like meeting people, like it's great. If you need to meet people, like that's something you could do. Like don't worry about like initiating stuff, because honestly right now everyone like wants to connect.
Yeah, now's a great
no
time.
one's too busy to meet up with you at a bar or something.
Yeah. I think right now is like, I think there's a really beautiful thing happening right now, honestly, where it's like, I think we're talking about like the fact that like certain things are breaking down in a lot of people's lives, but I think there's also been a lot of time for people to figure out just what they're interested in. Which I kind of want to like have that for our next episode.
Yeah. I also want to say I don't mean to meet up with someone at a bar because they're not busy. I mean like meet up with someone on Zoom because they're not busy and bars don't exist right now.
Yeah, home bar.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna wrap up, but can we eat our like truffle before our 5 minutes?
Let's do it.
Breaks out. Okay, so we got these like pink truffles. Do you have yours? Where's your cute truffle? So we got these like lint
It's like
strawberries
so
and cream
bright
truffle.
in the light.
I know, you
It's
probably
like
can't
so
even see it.
shiny.
But I just thought they were really cute, and I just love strawberries and cream. They kind of look like a pink pokey.
A what?
A pink pokey? The Pocky?
Oh, okay.
I think it's called Pokey.
Oh, really?
It's called Pocky.
I've always called it Pocky, but I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm
But I
so
love it.
weird, though.
There's two of them. Also, that's pink, so I was just really excited.
Did you think there's only gonna be one in this bag? I mean, like, yeah, who knows?
I mean, I didn't know. I was like, well, maybe.
It's beautiful.
They're like really cute.
Can you like hear this?
I love lint chocolate.
People are probably just like hearing me like chew gummies throughout the whole show today.
Oh, it's okay.
It looks like a boob. It has like a nipple. Like, what is this?
Happy Valentine's
Valentine's
Day!
Day!
Wait, let me get the other one.
It smells so strawberry.
It smells so good. I love fake strawberry.
Super.
Happy Valentine's Day!
Okay, here we go.
Thank you for your questions, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like strawberry. It's pretty good.
It's so sweet.
Very sweet.
It's so good.
I don't know if I can take another bite.
You
It's
don't
so
have to
sweet.
eat. I'll eat them.
You can eat it. I'm just like,
Give them to me.
I'm really like sugared out right now.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
I need to go home and just like, I don't know, like drink a gallon of water and like
I gotta
only
say,
eat leaves.
I got a tummy ache right now.
Yeah, it's not. It's
But I guess we'll say goodbye.
yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day, you guys. I hope you guys have a great day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Go make this drink for yourself and your lovers.
Yes, all of them.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
All right. Bye. All right. That's a fucking wrap.
That was really fun. That was really